Good evening, everyone. We'll wait for a few more minutes. Let other participants also join because we will be having an introduction on the analytics today. What we are going to do, what is analytics, right? Before that, we will have this quiz from the last session. Okay. So I'll be on mute for a few more minutes. Okay. So I will be keeping myself on mute. Okay. So by 7:05 max, I will unmute it. Okay.
Tinggal sudah
Hope maximum people have joined. So can we start the quiz, guys? Can I share the quiz link? So let's if anybody is joining, we can check on that. Good evening, Uday. I have reverted to a good evening. I have shared a thumbs up. Okay. Okay, I'm sharing the link. That is the first thing. One moment, guys. Let me just copy it. Copy the link. Okay. Sent. I think this will be very easy. Let's see who is scoring 5 out of 5. Excuse me. Okay, I'm sending the link again. So who all have joined now? Just check. I have sent the link. Thanks, Faisal. He also shared. Thank you. So yes, you guys can quickly finish it up. I think time is there. Let's see. So 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5, 5 out of 5. Good job. Okay, 4 out of 5. Gayatri. Okay. So how was this one? Too easy? Too easy. Okay. Fine. Good, good. Also, when it is too easy means then you guys know the concept. That is why it is too easy. Good that you all know about it, what is the question about, and you have not got confused with. That is really good. 5 out of 5. Good, good. Okay. Let me open that. Mm. So anybody else looking for the link, let me know, guys, quickly. We have 5 more minutes actually. So if you guys who have not received the link or who is not able to see the link, let me know quickly. 12. So everyone is able to see the link. Anybody who joined recently can, just ping in the chat box if you're not able to see the link. Send the link again. Here you go. So I have shared the link once again. So just quickly finish it up. We have some 4 minutes. You can do it. Eight. Okay, 3. Good. 5 out of 5. Three, 217. 4 out of 5. What happened? Some confusions. Okay, but maximum, I believe everyone has scored 5 out of 5. Right, guys? Okay. Five. Yeah. Okay, again, link. I've sent it. You have only 2 minutes, Raghunath. Let's see. Because 7:15, we will wind up this. Mm, 8.33 plus 5. So everyone is done with the test. I hope all the 66 people have given the test. 66% has joined. Okay, now it's 67. Okay, it's fluctuating. 66, 67. I don't know who is that, who is joining, leaving. Okay. Fine. So if you go, all guys have done it. So before getting into the analytics part, I thought others, others you have to
நான்
mute
என்னடா பண்ணேன்
yourself.
நான் பண்ணனா எங்க கேங் பண்ணுச்சா
Others, can you hear us?
அவனும் வரானா
Guys, anybody know him?
அவன் சரி விடு. அவனுக்கு தெரியும். அவனுக்கு கூட இருக்கவங்களுக்கு
I
பைத்தியக்கார
even don't
கூதிகள்
know. He has to
அவனுங்க.
mute himself.
அரவிந்தன் ஒரு பொண்ணை புடிச்சு அமுக்கிட்டே கிடக்குறோம். லவ் டேக்கா பாரு.
Adarsh, can you hear us? I don't know. He has joined the session or what he is doing. Let me see if I can. All right. We are back, guys. Fine. Sorry, Sheikh. You are saying something, Sheikh? Okay, fine. So, see, before getting into the analytics, like majorly what nowadays in the, this corporate company is looking for the analytics and how they have split this HR. I can show you few, not everything in all together. Otherwise, it will be a, kind of hodgepodge for you guys. But once I'll tell you these 2 slides or 3, in the PPT slides, what I have worked for you guys, you will understand, I think so. I believe you guys can understand. And depending on that, you can start working from your own to get the things ready, okay? Before that, I would like to tell you guys, like as we discussed, we will discuss something about this salary structure part, right? So I hope you remember that is what we were supposed to discuss first, right? And you guys were eager to know about it. What is the calculation, how to do that, right? Ready with the laptop, okay. So you guys want to know this salary structure now, like this is what your requirement was. Okay, yes, thanks Uday for confirming. I was just checking if you guys remember, you really want it or you are thinking about it. Okay, so you can just make a note of all the important points what I'm going to tell you now. Okay, so you just note it down and I'll take you through step by step. Before that, the salary structure, we call it as salary structure, which is the salary part, how any employee receive their salary, what is the calculation, what is the, division of all the amount in all the components or all the components types where they have mapped it. Okay. So first thing you guys knows, like what is salary structure, like was that understandable? Excuse me guys, I don't know, I'm having a bad throat problem. Okay, so you guys knows like what I mean by salary structure. Is that clear? Like what is salary structure? When I say salary structure, how does it look like, how we work on that? Any idea? Let me share you the ref.
Ma'am, that's called a fixed salary, variable pay, and incentives, right?
No, variable pay is something which is dependent in the organization's hand. If they want, they can pay you. If they don't want, they will not pay you. That is variable pay. But your salary structure, the salary what I'm talking about, that is your amount, which no one can deny. If you have worked, then they have to pay you that amount. We can call it as fixed pay. If anyone who is using the laptop can share the sheet, Excel sheet in your screen, because when you will do it by yourself, you will understand what is the salary structure and how to work on it. I mean, is anyone ready for that? I'm okay with it. So you can save that sheet with yourself, which is going to be useful for you guys. Like I'm working and I'm saving, so it is with me, right? So that is what I was thinking. If somebody can open one Excel sheet, normal Excel sheet. Like Abhishek, is it giving you the option to share your screen?
Yes, ma'am.
So can you just share the screen where you can show me the only Excel sheet?
Okay, ma'am.
And guys, you all can make a note of it. Perfect. Now, you give the headings, okay? When I say headings, what you have to mention there is, first thing you can write components, and here you can write monthly, and there you can write annually. And just extend these cells, yeah, so all the words will be easily visible, you know, like that. So guys, everyone is able to see the screen? Okay, perfect. Thanks, Rukmini, right? Okay, thank you. What you can do, fine, Abhishek. This is pretty much visible, no problem. Now, when I say components, that means the salary is distributed in those components to come to the gross pay or the fixed pay. Okay, so there is a calculations. I will tell you what is that calculation. Now, Abhishek, right? What you have to do is, like, let me say, just below two components, you can write basic. That is basic pay. Okay, BASIC. Yeah, basic. Then below to that, you can write HRA and DA. HRA and DA. These two components, the two components, what I mean is basic pay, then the HR and DA will be must in anybody's salary structure. Okay. No company cannot bring the salary structure without these two components, guys. So basic pay and HRA and DA is a must. Okay. Then down you can make your own, you know, there are some other many components whose salary is high, you know, and to get them exempted from the tax slab, then we will add some other components as per the government rules. Like one of them is medical insurance. We can call it as just medical insurance, you can write there. Medical insurance, yeah, medical insurance, then LTA, that is leave travel allowance. LTA, leave travel allowance. Then what else is the part? Medical insurance, LTA. Bonus is also the components part, BONUS, bonus. Then you have a component called incentive. You can mention it here like project incentive. Project incentive. Okay. So these components can be given by any companies in, I have just told you what all the components can be. But basic and HR and DA is the must, guys, that you have to keep it in your mind. Okay. Whenever you are also getting any offer letter or, appointment letter, the salary structure should have basic pay, HRA, DA. But sometimes what they will do, the DA term will be missing, but that amount will be added in the HRA. Okay, so that you can keep in your mind that a DA term will be missing, but HRA will be having both components ka amount in the same cell. Okay. Now, after this many, like these are some basic components, which is very common, which you can see it in any appointment or offer letters. Okay. Then what else? Let me just recall it. Basic pay, HR and DA, medical insurance, LTA. So you guys know LTA, right? If you don't know, you can just write it for your reference. LTA is leave travel allowance. Leave. It's a leave. Okay. Leave travel allowance. Abhishek, you can write it in the bracket there itself. So everyone, you know, will be aware of this LTA, because sometimes they will not write LTA. They will write leave travel allowance. Okay. And this component helps the employee who is falling under a tax slab. Okay. If some of the amount is mentioned here, he can claim that amount during the tax submission, that, but provided he might have traveled during his, working years with the organization on his leave. If he has traveled somewhere, so he can submit that bills and he can claim it. Okay. And bonus is of course the part, like company will decide like this much amount I will give it as a bonus. I'm okay to pay the bonus. I don't have any problem in that. Like that they will say. Okay. Now, below to project incentive, you can straight away mention gross pay. Okay. now this is okay. Just for the understanding, you can add a heading here, employer's contribution. Employer's contribution. Not there, just below to gross pay. And you can bold that one. Just bold it. So guys, everyone with me, you're able to understand so far? Quickly, you can ping in the text box. Yes, perfect, perfect. All right. Thanks, guys. So now, I'll tell you what is meant by employer's contribution. Okay, now, just below the employer's contribution, Abhishek, just write it not PF. Just write PF. PF, which is nothing but Provident Fund, right? And below to PF, you have to write gratuity. PF, gratuity. Then here, Mediclaim. Mediclaim. Yes. And below to that, PF, gratuity, Mediclaim. Okay, give a space. No, I mean after Mediclaim, just that cell, leave it blank. Row number 15. You can write in row number 15, variable pay. Okay. Now again, leave the row 16, come down to row 17. There you can mention the total CTC. Okay. Now the CTC means cost to company, guys. Okay. CTC means cost to company. Now we have to fill this in monthly. So you can formulate this cell. Okay. So you will get the annually figure. Okay. Now the basic pay as per the labor, that what is that, government labor welfare team, with them the basic pay, they said for any organization the basic pay should not go below to 7,500. That is the basic. You can mention in the right hand side, I mean in the column F. Column F, you write the basic pay should not be less than 7,500, whatever the case is. That is as per the labor welfare. Minimum basic pay should be like when I say labor welfare means this could be for the unskilled employees. Okay, so don't get confused with, because nowhere in India skilled be getting this as the basic pay. Basic pay should not go below 7,500. Clear, guys? Is the network is fine? Like I got a pop-up now, my network is poor. So is that fine for you all? Okay, thanks.
Your audio was lost for a few seconds there. So is it okay to repeat the
I
last
was just
second?
saying about the minimum pay should be 7,500 in any organization, including unskilled laborers or unskilled employees. I mean, that part was clear?
Ma'am, here when we say unskilled employees, that includes the staff, right? The ones
No,
who are
unskilled
cleaning.
are like, okay, there are two types of laborers laborers, I would say, in the organization. If it's in manufacturing industry, they will have the laborers who will do manually works, like picking up the bricks, keeping in the machine, these all come in the unskilled employees. I mean, is that clear, Abhishek?
Yes, ma'am. So maybe the ones who don't use machinery or who do not use.
Who is working manually, in short.
Okay, got it, ma'am.
Who is working, with their own hands, I would say that, okay, they have to involve themselves manually. They are called as unskilled employees.
Got
In
it.
short, it is unskilled laborers. In corporate world, we call them gray collars. Have you heard about it? Blue collar, gray collar, white collars.
Yes, ma'am.
So white collars are the senior, like skilled employees. They are the executives, they are the staffs. Okay. All those employees comes under white collar. Okay. Some company will call this laborers as blue collars, but some companies will call this laborers as gray collars also. So don't get confused with. You can make a note here somewhere. So, everyone can make a note of it and can remember this. Who are gray collars? Who are white collars? Who are blue collars? Don't get confused with. So guys, blue and gray, is that the same thing? Yes or no? Yes, the answer should be yes. So the gray collar and the blue collars are the same categories. Some companies will call them blue collars, like US or UK, they call them as blue collars. In India, we call them as gray collars. So don't get confused. Both are same. Only the white collars are called skilled employees, like staff who is working with the computer system, who is working in the, coding, who is generating the salaries and these things and all, like who is working with the some senior level than the juniors, unskilled. They are called as the skilled laborers. Yes. Okay. Fine, guys. You can make a note of this terms, what is involved. Okay. Now, let's say the gross pay, directly you can go on to gross pay, Abhishek. Under the monthly column, in the gross pay, you can mention the gross pay, let's say 25,000. Okay. So gross pay, we are given as 25,000. 25,000. Okay. Now, 50% of this gross pay, okay, 50% of this gross pay will be your basic pay. Use the formula.
25,000, 50 or 15
50%, 50.
is basic pay.
Yes. Okay. Now, this 12,500 is there, right? So, HRA and DA, like each, HRA and DA each will be the 40% of basic pay. So HRA and DA each, and we are putting them together in one box. So it should be added together. HRA and DA should be added together and written over here. 40% each of 12,500.
So HRA and DA is 40% of the basic pay.
Correct, correct.
Okay,
So total how much it would be? 40% for HRA, 40% for DA. Then total how much it should go?
Is that, ma'am, is this how to do it, or is the...
No, that is what I gave you a hint, like what was the hint was 40% is HRA, 40% is DA. Total is how much the percentage?
80, ma'am.
Yes. So you have to calculate on what then?
80%.
Perfect. That's 10,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So basic pay is 50% of the gross pay. Then HRA and DA is 40-40, which is 80% of the basic pay. Okay. Now, 25,000. 1 second, huh? We have to calculate medical insurance, right? That would be somewhere around 1,000 only. So always we will be giving the max cap as 1,000. If the salary is in the lakhs, the gross pay is in the lakhs, Then the medical and this leave travel will be going to 5,000. Like there is a slab, guys. Okay. Mediclaim and I'm sorry, medical insurance and LTA, there will be a slab according to their salaries, gross pay salaries. Here it is like thousands only, right? So it will go thousand each. So LTA you can also mention 1,000. And project incentive depends. Okay. So let's say project incentive, what my company, like I have decided is I will pay him 5,000. Now just calculate total how much is the amount has occurred.
9,500.
How can it get go 29,000? It is
I
increasing,
I
right?
I didn't include 25,000 in it.
No,
The
no.
gross page
29. Again, you calculate that 12 to project incentive. That's all. So
29.
it is increased, right? So it should come below 25. Then the 1,000 is there, right? You can reduce it to 500, 500. This 5,000
28,000.
project incentive, you can reduce it to now 1,000. 24,500. Now the balance amount will come into bonus to make it 25,000. Okay, so see, here we are working these calculations, right? But in every company, there is a readily available Excel sheet where they will be only changing the gross pay. All other things will be calculated automatically. Okay, now I'll tell you how they will calculate on the gross pay. Okay, now this is the gross pay you have prepared. Now, what is the annual figure of this? Just do it into 12 for each rows.
So we have to multiply this.
Just is equal to that select and into 12. Then what you can do is just one formula and then drag it.
Till here, right?
I think 25,000 also into 12, right?
Okay.
Didn't work?
Yep.
Yeah, it worked, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So gross pay for this person is how much annually?
3 lakhs.
3 lakhs. Perfect. Now in this, what will happen is employer's contribution. So PF. Now, what is the PF calculation? Anybody knows about it? What is the percentage the employer and the employee will be paying? No problem, guys. You can just text me yes or no. We'll do that calculation also.
Ma'am, is it 12%?
Yes, 12% on
Basic, ma'am.
correct. So you can calculate that. So the PF calculation is 12% on the basic pay.
Ma'am, can you please tell me the formula to do it than manually doing it in calculator or something?
No,
So
that
I
is, you
can
have
do
to enter it is equal to like that only you have to enter it. That only then it is the sheet will be formulated.
Okay, then it's equal to basic
12,500 into 12. Then just enter the percentage in your system keyboard.
into 12%.
Correct.
Okay, then into 0.12.
No, just 1 second. Why it is showing to you like that is equal to 12,500 into 12. Your percentage key is that not working?
No, ma'am, it's working. It's just 12% means it's 0.12 only, right? So
I got 1,500.
yes, ma'am.
That is the figure. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So 1,500 is the PF, which is paying by employer contribution. That is why I have mentioned it as employer contribution. Okay. The gratuity, anybody knows about gratuity calculation? That is a bit tricky one actually.
I don't remember exactly, but it is given once every 15 years or something, and we have to multiply his last drawn salary by divided by 15 or something would be like that. So
Correct. That is the one. But in the beginning, we have to mention that in the CTC, right?
yes, ma'am. If it is in the policy, then it is applied.
Correct. So we will not give max, okay, max of this current figure what we have, because if it did not work, if it is left in between 3 years and all, so it will be, completely going into the CTC part, which is not going to the gratuity office. Okay. Once the employee has completed this 5 years, only then the company also will collate every amount and then will submit to the gratuity, this government, subordinates, whoever is working there, they will submit in their account on this employee's name. Okay. So sometimes what happen is some of the companies will not mention this gratuity in the CTC part. Okay. So this is for your understanding. I have mentioned it here. But there is no calculation. You can keep it in some other color, which means the gratuity is also the part of CTC, but it is not shown in the CTC structure. Clear, guys? But this CTC or this gratuity part will be activated only once the employee has completed 5 years in the organization. The maximum is 4 and 6 months, 4 years and 6 months. Then also that person is eligible for the gratuity. Okay. Now, Mediclaim is nothing but Mediclaim is some amount, premium amount, which is being paid by the company on your behalf. Like company is telling, I am paying this amount in your name so that you can use this Mediclaim insurance on the company's behalf. So that Mediclaim insurance in any organization, that will cost max to max 5,000. Okay, because this is added in the CTC. So you cannot increase the CTC part. I mean more than 5,000. So Mediclaim, you can add 5,000 there. Okay. Now, variable pay is something, if the company feels I'm really happy, maybe we are telling, if you perform really well in the first 3 months, then I may pay you 50,000 more. So that is quarterly once, like 50,000 he is talking. But let us consider this 50,000, what the management has told is annually. So that 50,000 amount will come in annually box and will be divided into months, because this column says monthly. So are you getting it? Like as a manager, I have told to an employee, if you perform really well, then out of your CTC or out of your income, I will pay you extra 50,000, 50. Or you can make it as 1 lakh. Let's say 1 lakh. Variable pay of 1 lakh. Okay. Provided you have to perform well, and these 1 lakh, I will pay you once in every quarter. Okay. So 1 lakh divided by 12, we have to calculate monthly how much it would be. Excuse me. Yes. So monthly, this is 8,333. And every quarter, how much it would be? 8,333 into so once in a quarter, that person will get this amount. Quarter is 3, I think so, right?
Sorry, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 3. Once in quarter, it's 3. Yeah. Perfect. So once in quarter, he will get 25,000. And if he did not perform well in the next quarter, company will say, company is having the right, no, I cannot pay you because you have not performed. Okay. So that is in company's hand. But that part we have added in the CTC also. Okay. So what you have to do now is this total CTC is there, right? Below to that, yeah. Now you have to add the some formula, you have to use it there. What all you will be adding is that 25,000 plus 1,500 plus 5,000.
So from here to here, right? Equal to.
Yes, correct. Okay, this 5,000 is there under Mediclaim, right? That is not monthly, that is annually.
Okay, got it.
So company will pay annually once for that Mediclaim. Now what will happen to this total CTC? I think it is remove that amount, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So total CTC is this multiplied, not multiplied by 12, because in Mediclaim you have 5,000. So your annual CTC will be differ.
Ma'am,
And
what about annual
1,500,
PF? Ma'am, annual PF, do I multiply it with
yes,
12?
yes, that monthly 1,500. So annually how much you have to add? Okay. Now you have to add this gross pay, PF, Mediclaim, and variable pay in the annual CTC.
Variable pay as well, right?
Yes, yes. So yeah, can you guys can see now the difference, the monthly CTC is 34,000. If you will do 34 into 12, how much it is coming? Just show it once. Four lakh 18. So what is the difference? Max 5,000 something or about that.
Yes, ma'am, 5,000.
Correct. So this 5,000, which is I think the Mediclaim, that amount is separated, right? That is the difference we are able to see. And this 1 lakh. Okay, this 1 lakh, of course, you can see in variable pay because the gross pay is not having 4 lakh there. The gross pay is only having 3 lakh. Now, what you guys have to understand whenever you are getting this salary slab like this, including variable pay, you can see the gross pay is very less compared to 4 lakh 23,000, right? It says your CTC is 4 lakh 23,000, but your gross pay is only 3 lakhs because you will get paid from this gross pay only, guys. Now in this gross pay also there is a deduction from your salary. Now what is that deduction? Deduction of PF. So you can write somewhere deductions now. Just down to that net pay, you can mention, this is for your understanding. No company will give you the salary structure with net pay, but you have to understand this background calculations. Okay, so the net pay will have this 25,000 minus PF. What is the PF amount? 1,500 will be deducted because your PF amount is 1,500. So that amount will be deducted from your salary also. So your salary is gross pay. Now with this gross pay 23,500, there is a deduction of PT, professional tax, as per the state governments, which is max to max 200 for every state. So that also will be deducted. So 23,500 minus again 200.
Ma'am, it's state tax, right?
Yes, PT, professional tax we call it as.
Professional tax.
Just for your
Ma'am,
understanding, I have said it's the tax which has been calculated by, deducted by every state. Wherever you work, you will have this professional tax deductions. There is no escape from this. So 23,500 minus 200.
professional tax.
Yeah, PT. Generally, they will mention it as PT, professional tax.
So professional tax, it's minus 200 from this amount.
Correct. Now, this is your take home, guys, 23,300. Whereas, what company is showing the CTC? 4,23,000. Now, this 4,23,000 you do divided by 12. How much the monthly it is coming CTC? Let's calculate that also.
35,250, ma'am.
Now you can see the difference. Company is telling monthly, I have to pay 35,250 in your, in your name. But what is the actual money you are getting in hand after
20
all deductions?
25,000.
No, after all deductions.
23,300.
Yes, that is your net take home, guys. That is the net take home. After all deduction, this is the amount you will get in hand. Whereas CTC says your monthly figure is 35,000. Now there is a other benefit. What I would say the benefit parts, which is you are not getting directly, is the employer's contribution, 1,500 is there, right? That is again submitting in your account every month. So that part again, if you will add in your this 23,300, but it's not as a take home. It's a gross only. That is why that has been added in the gross pay and they have shown it as 25,000. But to calculate the take home, you have to minus your PF amount and the PT amount. That is your take home. Now, will this person be eligible for ESIC?
What is it, ma'am?
ESIC, Employee State Insurance Mediclaim. Like government provides the health centers, right? ESIC hospitals. You guys have not.
I think since the salary is more than 20,000, he's eligible.
Okay, now ESIC slab, you also make a note of it. Okay, two things you have to make a note of it. Okay, for PF calculation, the basic pay, if it is 15,000. For PF calculations, guys, the basic pay, if it is 15,000 or more, the normal deduction, the cap, what every company follows is 1,800, which means the company will pay 1,800 only in your account.
So for PF calculation, if basic pay is more than 15,000,
like equal to 15 or more than 15.
okay, equal or more than 15.
Yeah. Let's say the basic pay is mentioned here 12,500, right? If it
Yes,
is
ma'am.
15,000 or more than 15,000, then the deduction of that standard deductions, what company will consider is 1,800 rupees only. Whereas the employee has the option to pay more PF amount towards the deductions. Which means what, guys?
They will get a better retirement fund.
No, not really that one. Okay, because as per now, as per this salary structure, what we have understand is PF calculation is 12% on the basic pay. Correct?
Yes, ma'am.
If the basic pay is 16,000, then how much the contribution should be? Quickly, anybody can calculate and send in the chat box. If the basic pay is 16,000, then what is the PF contribution? Guys, we are going to reach 8 o'clock so soon.
1,300 now. 1,333.
1,300?
No, wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, actually, I want. What is the PF percentage from basic?
12, ma'am.
Yeah, so 16,000 ka 12% is how much?
16,000 divided.
1920, correct, Shravani? So 1920 should be the PF contribution, right? As per the calculation. But what company or the government has made the standard is, even if it is going beyond 1,800, we will only consider 1,800 rupees only. Now it is clear?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
So the basic pay, if it is 15,000 or more than 15,000, the company will pay only 1,800 rupees, whereas the employee can pay 1,920 rupees. That is the difference and that is the understandings. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Clear.
I hope everyone is clear with this concept.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, and about ESIC, what is it?
Yeah, I'm telling it. Like, I'm waiting for the messages in the chat box. Did anyone have any doubt? Okay, no, clear, guys. Okay, fine, fine. Thanks for that. So that is the cap for PF deductions. Just keep that in your mind. Okay. Yes. The ESIC calculation will happen in gross pay. Okay, not on basic pay. So keep this in mind. PF calculations will happen on basic pay. ESIC calculation will happen on gross pay. Okay. Now, as per the Indian government law, if the gross pay is more than 21,000, okay, let's say 21,001 rupee also, they are not eligible for ESIC. Simple. Okay. 21,000 is the slab for ESIC calculations. If the employee salary, gross salary is 21,001, then they are not eligible for ESIC. So most of the companies, what they will do, if they are falling in under somewhere around 21,000 or 22,900, they will convert it to 21,001 rupees, so that they will be coming out of this ESIC. Okay, but that is the basic calculations for ESIC. Now, what is the contribution of ESIC from the employer and employee side? Anybody? Any idea?
No, ma'am.
Okay, from this gross pay, okay, employees contribution is 0.75 percentage, which is very, very low. 0.75 will be deducted from the employee's salary. Now, how much employer will pay? Employer will pay 3.25 percentage. So it's total 4 percentage deductions towards the ESIC. It's 0.75. Okay. The point measures.
From the employee side.
Correct, correct.
Okay.
And from the employer side, it's 3.25. So when you calculate these two figures, it becomes 4 percentage.
3.5 or 3.25? 3.25, right?
3.25, yes.
Okay, sorry.
So anybody can ask you the question, what is the ESIC contribution? You have to say 4% contribution, whereas employees contribution is 0.75, employers contribution is 3.25. Okay, and for PF contribution, so employees PF contribution is 12% and the employers PF contribution is 13%, guys. Now, how it is 13%? Excuse me. So the 13% split up is EPF, which is Employee Provident Fund, that is 8.33%. EPS, that is employee, you can quickly write it down, Abhishek. I'm so sorry about it.
I'm sorry, ma'am, I didn't get anything of it. It was flying over my head.
Okay, just come down to total ESIC column. There you can write
Okay.
employers PF contribution.
Okay.
Employers employers PF contribution.
Okay.
So employers PF contribution. So the number one heading, the number one component is EPF. That is called as Employee Provident Fund. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Employee Provident Fund contribution is 8.33%. Now, the next one is EPS, that is Employee Pension Scheme. Now, employee pension scheme has 4.17%. Now, the third one is admin. So admin is nothing but some small activities, backend activities, what these guys are doing it. There will be a cost to it. So, I mean, that is going to 0.5%. Okay. That is towards under, I think that is something EDLI is also it is called as, not exactly the admin. So EDLI is nothing but that is employees deposit linked insurance scheme. That goes some 0.5% under administration only. So now the total percentage which
It is employee deposit.
sorry, which one? EDLI?
Yes, ma'am. Employee
Employees
deposit.
deposit linked insurance scheme. Scheme, you can add it or leave it, but it is employee deposit linked insurance, EDLI. With this calculation, if you do the actual cost, like how much the company is bearing, that is 13%. Generally, everyone will say company is paying 12%, but when a HR is working at the back end, then they will understand this calculation. The company is actually paying 13%. Okay. And the employees contribution, that is very simple, 12%. That's all the PF contribution, what the employee is doing. Employer's contribution is 13%, and that's the split up, guys. So I hope this is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Perfect. So I think this is all about the this salary structure calculation, which is in a very simple way and very what I could say is summarized way I have told you. So this is what the salary structure looks like, and the important calculations, the deductions part, the variable pay, how they calculate the CTC, how it is differ from the monthly pay, and how much you are getting the take home. Okay, these are the basic calculations. So I hope this would somewhere help you out to understand, to discuss with your interviewer or to discuss in your interview about the salary calculations. Clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Abhishek, is that possible for you to share that sheet in this chat box?
Okay. Yes, ma'am. Just a second.
Yeah, so everyone can get it because the next session will have the quizzes from this session only, right? Good night, Uday. Good night. If you want this sheet, you can wait, or else good night.
Have a nice. I already took a screenshot, ma'am.
Oh, great. You should have told to everyone. Silently, you are having this good ideas within yourself.
Legends can think like that.
Good, good. Still, Abhishek is sharing, I believe. So anybody who wants,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm sharing it.
Okay, okay. Fine, guys. Who want it, they can stay back, or else you guys can, drop this call, no problem. So I'm here until Abhishek is sharing that in the chat box. A few minutes, Madhavan. He is yet to share. He's just, I think, saving the document and then he will.
I've saved it. Now I just have to close it because I was
Yeah,
not
it
able to
won't.
share it. Yeah,
Correct,
because
correct,
it's
correct.
open. I just named it HR Analytics.
Okay. So he has shared, guys, in the chat box. Now you can view it, download it, and keep it. So I may check on the, the important calculation parts are EPF, ESIC, and variable pay. What does that mean? These basic questions I will be giving in the session quiz. So you can also be able to understand it. And if possible, of course, it will be remaining with you forever. So in any interviews or anybody is asking a doubt to you about this, then you will be able to answer them. Okay. Fine, guys. We'll wind up then. Any doubts? No, ma'am. Thank
Understood.
you. Thanks, Abhishek.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone. Have a
Bye.
nice night. Good night. Take care. See you in the next week. Good night.
चलो
Good
बाय
night.
मैम
Good night.
ఎనగప్పుడు హేమ